Welcome to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Kat Jovi, and today we're going to be talking about the lovely Black Widow, or also known as Natasha Romanoff or Natasha Romanova. There's multiple ones. She first appeared as a Russian spy against Iron Man in the Tales of Suspense issue number 52. 5 issues later, she reoccurs, and this time she has Hawkeye on her side as well. Her government gives her some high-tech weaponry, as well as the first Black Widow costume. However, she eventually defects to the United States, joining the Avengers along with Hawkeye, as we know from the films. Like many people, she had a few romantic interests over the time. A few is really being gentle about it. And today we're going to talk about some of them. 10 people who Black Widow has hooked up with. At number 10, we have Hercules from the X-Men. This was a smaller blip on her radar, thus it's number 10. But in the Korvac saga in 1978, they are briefly a couple. Thankfully, their relationship doesn't make anything awkward once they break up, and they still work together for some time. Apparently, even in a 2010 issue, she is still saying things like, "He's hot, maybe something will happen again." She does have quite a few people who are kind of on again, off again, so who knows, Hercules, you still might get your moment. At number 9, we have Bucky Barnes. In the Civil War comic book storyline, it's explained that during the Soviet Union days, Natasha and Bucky were actually together. They were both in training and becoming operatives, and while spending that much time training and having to be strict and all that adrenaline, I mean, something's bound to happen. Later on, around the time when Bucky becomes Captain America, after the Cap is presumed dead, Stark tells Bucky that the Cap wanted his mantle to be continued, and of course Bucky seems like a natural choice. They end up actually dating again. But again, with her, it's on again off, and things end up ending. At number 8, we have Daredevil, or Matt Murdock. They worked together for a while. She helped him take out the Owl in Daredevil issue number 81. After that, he even ends his relationship with Karen Page to be with her. They fall in love. Then they get a fresh start, and they decide to move to San Francisco to go fight crime together there. However, things go south with their relationship when she starts to feel like he thinks he's better than her, like he's better at the whole vigilante thing than she is, and he doesn't really appreciate her skills. She's not his equal, and that just really sours things, doesn't work for her. So she leaves and goes to work with the X-Men. Enter Hercules. Maybe that's why it was like just a short kind of blip, because that was her rebound. See, it's all making sense when you put it all together. At number 7, we have Von Doom. Okay, it's an alternate universe. It's a mini-series created by Neil Gaiman. I love him. It's set in 1602. That's right, the Elizabethan era is where our heroes and villains are now roles of, the New World and the English court. Natasha is a secret agent that is working for the Queen through Sir Nicholas Fury, and she is the most dangerous woman in Europe. In issue 2, she's helping Matt Murdock to protect the Knights Templar's treasure, but she double-crosses him. It turns out that she is secret lovers with Count Otto von Doom. He is this evil tyrant ruling over this area and just being an asshole, basically. I mean, he doesn't really sound like a catch to me. I'm gonna prove my point later on. Later on, she is the captain of his flying ship, and she questions his plan to go to the edge of the world, which I think seems reasonable, and he just pushes her over the edge. Just done. Dead. Tough love. At number 6, we have Alexei Shostakov, also known as Red Guardian. So Alexei is an amazing test pilot back in the Soviet Union. The KGB orchestrates him marrying a famous ballerina, Natasha Romanova, and the KGB decides they want her to join them as a secret agent. So they fake her husband's death to help sort of push her into the Red Room program, and then she decides to become a spy to honor her late husband's death. At number 5, we have Hawkeye. Part of why they left Europe was because the KGB tried to kill her. That's really when Hawkeye decides enough's enough and he wanted to get out of the villain game, and they continue to work together, but now for the Avengers in the US. When they were first here, that's when they started dating for a while. He even proposed to her. She debated it. He almost died. She questioned life without him, but in the end she decided not to go ahead with it, and they broke up and did solo careers for a while. You see it a bit in the movies, like there's a bit of tenderness between them in the first one. In the comics, it's sort of an on again, off again kind of thing. Kind of like Diana Troy and Riker in TNG. It's like when it works they're together, when it doesn't they're not. I think what brought them together so many times is that feeling of understanding. Neither of them really have superpowers. They're just super well trained. They were both criminals that moved to the good side. They were both looking to take down Iron Man in the beginning. They both have tragic backstories. A lot of it just fits together and makes them an obvious choice to kind of be together. At number 4, we have Michael Corcoran. This is a way back play Black. This is an issue when Black Widow goes undercover as a defective American scientist named Laura Mathers to try to find out where they're keeping Ivan Petrovich. She works at his lab and learns about their goals, overhears conversations with his Soviet superiors, becomes romantic with him. She thinks she has it all figured out and now she's gonna go get him out of this area, and then it turns out it's actually a trap for her. However, now that Michael's usefulness is at an end, the KGB agent comes and stabs him in the back, and then he dies in Black Widow's arms where he confesses that he really did love her. My heart. That's so sad. At 3, we have the Hulk. We only really get to see this in the second movie, and really only a little bit. She's super scared of him in the first one, but then in the second one they seem to sort of share a connection. It seems like neither of them have really ever had a normal life, and I think that sort of brought them together. We were expecting a bit more after Age of Ultron, I have to say. However, with the Hulk flying into space, meeting up with Thor and Ragnarok, their love didn't really have time to bloom, and then trying to string all these different movies and heroes together in Endgame, there just really wasn't time, unless they made a 4-hour movie, which quite frankly I would be about. I would actually watch that, but there just wasn't time. Apparently they even shot some scenes of their romance and whatnot, but they had to cut it because the film was just so long. At number 2, we have Spider-Man. There was a time when Hydra attempted to take over S.H.I.E.L.D. During this time, Natasha was tortured until she was completely switched over to her cover identity, which at this time was Nancy Rushman, a school teacher. So she's walking around New York City and gets mugged, as you do. Spider-Man jumps in to save her right as she just like karate chops this criminal, so that's kind of cool. He remembers her and he wants to help her get her memory back. Naturally, she thinks he's very sweet, and then she actually ends up falling for him, and then he's super torn because, you know, Black Widow likes him and she's super hot, but, you know, he should help her get her memory back. So, of course, because he's a really good guy, he helps her get her memory back. When she comes to or becomes herself again, she realizes that, you know, I'm not really digging you anymore, and then gets out of there basically. And at number 1, we have Iron Man. I know, no one is safe from her feminine wiles. In the Ultimate Marvel universe, she is much closer to him than in other comic books or movies. They date, they even get engaged. However, it turns out that she is a traitor and was just manipulating the Avengers to destroy them for payback for the fall of the Soviet Union. It all ends with Hawkeye, of all people, killing her, and then, it's a bit about to get Kardashian in here, after she is killed, there is a sex tape that is leaked of her and Iron Man, so she does damage to Iron Man's reputation even from the grave. Some dark business there. And there you have it. These are the top 10 people the Black Widow has hooked up with. Which one do you guys think was the juiciest or your favorite, or who do you think she should be with forever? Comment down below, let us know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you want to get notifications about more content coming your way. I'm Kat Jovi. This was Top 10 Nerd. Thanks so much for listening. Welcome to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Kat Jovi, and today we're going to be talking about the lovely Black Widow. Wow, can't even. An obvious,